Thank you for such a auspicious welcome today. Welcome to the Voice Over Today audio podcast. I'm your host, D. Foster 3. We are your podcast with an eye on the culture, discussing relevant issues, trending topics, and guess what? We do our thorough investigative journalism. In other words, I'm not redactive. I don't just watch other videos or hear other people and comment. I dig deep and come up with the hard answers and the hard questions. I want to say thank you so much. You know what to do at the beginning. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Listen, have you seen the Voice Over Now podcast that's uploaded live every Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on WPBMediaNetworks.com? And have you checked out our Sunday morning, the Voice of Hope Connection, where we give you an inspirational word live at 7 a.m. If you have not, please do so. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. That's Wake Up Global Networks on Facebook, WGNINC on Twitter or X, and Wake Up Global Media on Instagram, and the Voice Over Pod on TikTok. Listen, today's conversation, make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, you follow. Today I'm asking the question, what are you prepared to do? Now, years ago, I watched an Elliot Ness movie with, he was in a movie with Sean Connery. You remember, I think it was The Untouchables. Yeah, The Untouchables. I'm not going to go into it. But anyway, Elliot Ness and Jim Malone, it was about taking down Al Capone. And the whole system was corrupt. I know you say, where you going with this? I'm going somewhere. What are you prepared to do? And the whole system was corrupt. And so Sean Connery was acting almost like a mentor to Elliot Ness as this new rookie agent from the federal government to come in and to obviate this Capone system of illegalities. But anyway, Elliot Ness prepares to go in and to take Al Capone and his troops down. And Sean Connery asked the question as Elliot is about to bust through a door that he feels this door will reveal everything. They will have the arrest, the indictment, and case over. But Sean Connery, like I am today, asked the question to Ness before he breaks open the door. He has the axe in his hand, and they are about to, you know how they invade and they do raids. He's about to raid a spot that he thinks is a hub for, back then Al Capone was trafficking, bootlegging, right? And he says, wait a minute, before you do this, he said, once you go in this door, there's no turning back. What are you prepared to do? And to me, that was one of the most stunning moments of that whole 2-hour movie, The Untouchables. What are you prepared to? In other words, once you go in this door, there is no going back. So the topic of this particular podcast is, what did I say? Like, share, follow. What are you prepared to do? Now, what am I talking about? I experienced an alarming event on Monday. You said, D. Foster 3, alarming? You? Yes. And I'm almost kind of hesitant to tell you about this event because I've always kind of seen myself on the cutting edge. I'm modern. I don't get stuck, or I try not to. I move forward. I'm progressive in my thinking, progressive in my actions. I don't hang on to old concepts that no longer work. But I'm kind of hesitant to tell you about this one, but it was alarming. Let me see if you take the same position. So I walk into a super Walmart. I had to grab something very quickly, and I walk into a super Walmart. And I get my item, and then because of the recent credit card issues and all of the, issues I've heard about debit cards and money being extracted, especially in Walmart, from my reading, money being extracted out of your account after you've paid through the automatic checkout. I was looking for a live checkout person. And with no exaggeration, about 20 to 30 self-checkouts. I finally stumbled across, and I can tell you what it was, aisle 9, one checkout person. And my mind began to wonder, what is our world coming to? And where are all of the people that used to be check-out persons? And are they still working and watch this, this is where I kind of faltered. I said, I don't want to sound like I'm stuck. I don't want to sound like I'm old, but I have to ask the question, what are you and I prepared to do in this growing technological age? So I began to ask the question that several months ago when I came in here, there were at least 10 people working the checkout counters. Maybe they were on a different shift. I don't know. I don't think so. But I couldn't help but wonder how the world is changing so fast. But the bigger conversation of this podcast is because there's nothing we can do to stop the world from changing. There's nothing we can do to stop automation and technology. The question is something that I've been asking our Wake Up Tribe for the last 2 years when GPT first came on the scene. I asked the question, what are you prepared to do? How are you aligned that you can career-proof yourself against the rise of technology? Now, let's take this a little deeper. You say, I don't understand where you're going, Deep Foster 3. I know you don't. I'm asking a question. This is not a comment. This is not a podcast of statement. This is to really put a serious question in front of all of our listeners today. This further concern came after I read an article or heard it on the news, and it got my attention, about Taco Bell. And I read, this is from the Austin American Statesman. And it says, and you probably heard, Taco Bell to expand AI in drive-thrus. What to know before you place your order. And it says, the next time you go to make a Taco Bell run, a computer, not a person, may take your order. Taco Bell's permanent company, Yan Brands, announced last Wednesday that it plans to expand its use of artificial intelligence voice technology to hundreds more drive-thrus locations in the United States by the end of the year. What are you prepared to do? Now, I want you to know that it's not going to only be Taco Bell that this works. Kentucky Fried Chicken has already started it. Carl Jr.'s is going to start. But here it is right here. It says the fast food chain has already been experimenting with AI at more than 100 locations in 13 states. And Yan Brands said it's found that technology, here it is. Now, I have to be honest, I don't believe this part. It frees up staff for other tasks and also improves order accuracy. Now, it may improve order accuracy, but it frees up staff for other tasks, like what? Unemployment, like what? Being out of a job. The company also seeks to reduce wait time or to reduce payroll, in my opinion. Now, the article didn't say that because payroll is the biggest expense of any company. Tapping into AI gives the ability to ease team members' workload, freeing them to focus on front of house. Now, come on. Freeing them to focus on front of house. Now, it's not like Taco Bell. I mean, come on. No shade to Taco Bell. It's not like Taco Bell is a 5-star restaurant where, there's white linen tablecloths to free up waiters and waitresses and servers to pounce back and forth to see whose coffee cup or whose wine glass is getting low. Come on, to free up staff front end. Come on, don't gaslight us. Don't gaslight us. I'm just saying, what are you? The handwriting is on the wall. What are you prepared to do? It says, Taco Bell's chief digital and technology officer said in a statement, it enables us to unlock new and meaningful ways to engage with our. Now, come on, do you see people walking around the table at Taco Bell and says, oh, how's your burrito? Did you need some more salt? Come on, stop blowing smoke stop blowing smoke in our face. But this is what I want to jump to. It says, without reading the whole thing, that no jobs shall be replaced. That this is not a replacement for jobs. And I have to be honest, as I always am on this podcast and on my podcast, I simply don't believe it. And that's why I preluded my Walmart story with this story. Because the question that I would love to ask Walmart, out of the one person checkout that I experienced on Monday and several months ago, 10 to 15, where are they? Are they on other shifts? Did you put them in the warehouse? I would like to know, are they all still working? I'm not convinced that all jobs will be saved and shifted, as we're told in the case of Taco Bell, to other positions. I believe that the rise of AI will phase out hundreds and hundreds of thousands of jobs. Not everybody, but a lot of jobs will shift in the fast food industry and even in the retail industry. And my question on this podcast, it's educational, is how AI proof are you? In other words, are you stuck in a place? Are you stuck in a position? Are you afraid to change into a field that AI perhaps cannot replace you? Or are you sitting there with your eyes wide shut saying, I can't believe the world is changing? What are you prepared to do? Because like I've heard on so many fronts, it's coming strong, and it's nothing that we can do to stop it. What are you prepared? And I bring these stories of Walmart, personal experience, and of Taco Bell, and they just one of the two. It's in KFC, Wendy's, and once it is refined, it will spread to almost every industry of the world. No payroll, no call-outs, no health insurance, no life insurance, etc., etc. Just maintenance on technology. That's my view. If you've enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe. I didn't get into detail. This is just to spark your thinking. What are you prepared to do? It's coming, and it's coming quick. And if you go into more and more stores, you see more and more checkout, less and less human bodies. What does that tell you? Where are these bodies going? Maybe I ought to do a podcast. Where are the bodies hidden? Where are the proof to me that AI is not replacing human jobs? Till the next podcast, this is D. Foster 3 saying, you have a voice. Keep lifting it.